All right, what's going on, family? So I am making a part 2 follow-up video on my part 1 video, which was talking about stupid interview questions by employers to employees, asking these new potential candidates these type of rhetorical questions. To me, they have no merit or make no sense, and they have no value in the hiring process in selecting the best qualified candidate. There are certainly alternative questions if you're going to interview in that format that you can ask. So let's talk about some more stupid questions that they ask. But let me take a sip of this. Lass mich mein deutsches Bier trinken. My German people know what that means. All right, so big burger, baby. So let's jump into it. I don't like the fact that employers have to ask, like, where do you see yourself in the future, right? I think that question is dumb because, first of all, I haven't worked for you. So I don't know where I see myself in the future. I don't know enough about your company. I don't know if I even like you to say that I'm going to stay with you long term. Politically correct answer would be to grow with that company. But the reality is, how are you going to know that if you, sorry, I had a call, but how are you going to know how long you're going to stay with a company if you haven't worked there? Makes no sense. Another dumb, stupid question that employers love to ask is, do you value, like, what do you value in terms of the company and the organization, right? Well, obviously, I value a flexible schedule, a work-life balance, and a ton of pay, or at least pay with the market value. But we know that they don't care about that, because if companies cared about that, they would pay you more, or pay you where the market value is. A lot of these companies are going to underpay you. That's just how they make their money. So, do they really care what you value? I don't think so. They want to hear how what you care. What that translates is, to be transparent, when an employer asks you, what do you care about the company and like how they can, what do you value to be able to work here? What do you need? All that means is, how can we make you, how can we depend on you when we want to push you and overwork you? And what is it that is your driving point? So we know how much to overwork you. That's what that really means. Because if a company really cared, like I said, why do they have a salary range on your work? Just think about it. They have a pay range, right? They have a certain amount of budget that they can pay all their employees. So they have to have a range. But the reality is, if you know what a company's making in terms of annual income and what they're generating, producing, then you would have to look at the market value of what someone's getting paid in, say, another part of town or another city in your state, and see if y'all are making close to the same. And if the range is a huge gap, then you kind of got to look at your employer sideways. But they don't want you to think like that. A lot of people don't even negotiate their salary once they're offered a job. They just kind of take the salary as it is, assuming that that's what the company has to offer. So I just think these interview questions really don't need to be asked. There's other questions that a job can ask.